It's 55 minutes past the hour. Welcome back to Jeff Kanange Live here at Citizen Television. On to business news. And Kenya's economy expanded by 5.3% in the first quarter of 2023, a decline compared to 6.2% growth in the corresponding quarter of 2022. During the same period, Kenya's stock of external public debt increased by 15.5% from 4.08 trillion shillings at the end of March 2022 to 4.71 trillion shillings in March 2023, with the highest increase of the debt coming from multilateral loans, which rose from 1.81 trillion shillings to 2.2 trillion shillings. Our very own Faisal Ahmed has more details on the performance of various sectors of the economy, as well as the balance of payments for the first quarter of 2023.
With the country's debt inching closer to the 10 trillion shilling debt ceiling, the National Treasury's borrowing appetite has not reduced, with external debt increasing to 15.5% in the last 12 months from 4.08 trillion shillings to 4.71 trillion shillings, largely drawn from multilateral loans, which rose from 1.81 trillion shillings to 2.2 trillion shillings. According to the National Treasury, the overall balance of payments position worsened to a deficit of 127.8 billion shillings in the first quarter of 2023. Over the period, the shilling has also depreciated by 14.8%, exchanging at 132 shillings and 33 cents to the dollar from 114 shillings and 95 cents last year, further worsening the burden on payments that the National Treasury has to make on external debt. During the first quarter of 2023, export earnings increased by 9.4% to 233 billion shillings, a faster growth compared to a 2.1% increase in imports to 536.6 billion shillings. Improved earnings on tea, iron and steel, titanium ores and concentrates boosted the growth in exports. In the first quarter of 2023, expenditure on imports amounted to 589.8 billion shillings, representing a marginal decline of 0.5% compared to the same quarter in 2022. The decline was majorly due to a decrease in imports of industrial machinery, iron and steel, and medical and pharmaceutical products, which declined. Imports on fuel and lubricants rose from 127.2 billion shillings in the first quarter of 2022 to 145.7 billion shillings in the period under review, accounting for the largest share of the total import expenditure at 24.7%. Africa remained the major destination for Kenyan exports, amounting to 43.1% of the total exports, increasing from 82.2 billion shillings to 100.2 billion shillings. Earning from exports to Asia increased from 53 billion shillings in the first quarter of 2022 to 58.5 billion shillings to 58.2 billion shillings in the first quarter of 2023, translating to a 9.8% growth, largely driven by increased domestic exports of tea. Faisal Ahmed, Citizen TV, Nairobi.
At the same time, private sector activity in the country has